Please remain standing for the posting of the colors. Post the colors.
Please be seated. Good morning. I want to welcome everyone to this celebration of accomplishment. I am Randy Ryan, the 11th president of Chadron State College. Today we gather for one of the oldest secular ceremonies in Western society, the conferring of academic degrees as a symbol of intellectual attainment. The robes we wear link today's ceremony with its medieval past and remind us of the importance of higher education. I am pleased so many of you could join us to celebrate our graduating class and to recognize the perseverance, hard work, and achievement of Chadron State College students. Please feel free to come forward to take pictures as you wish, and we always tell family members that and then they hang back. So we want you to come down and take pictures, okay? We will begin this event with a moment of reflection to be delivered by Ms. Ashton Nelson. Ms. Nelson will graduate today with a Bachelor of Science degree and is from Chadron, Nebraska. Ashton?
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with us today to celebrate the commencement of the class of 2018. I am truly blown away by the amount of love and support I feel surrounding us as I look around this room. I think I can speak for everyone when I say how much we truly appreciate you taking the time out of your lives to stand by us as we celebrate this accomplishment. And I hope you know how honored I feel to be standing before you, class of 2018, as we take this next step forward in our lives. When Melissa Mitchell emailed me to inform me that I had been nominated to provide the opening moment of reflection, my first thought was, wow, Whoever agreed to this has a lot more faith in me than I do in myself that I'm going to make it to graduation. I better pull it together. But here I am, and thankfully it all worked out. Thinking about trying to reflect on the last 4 years of my life was overwhelming, to say the least. I mean, I can barely remember what I had for breakfast this morning. However, what was even harder for me to wrap my head around was what I wanted to say to such a diverse group of people who are all headed in such different directions. Some of you I have never met, some of you I wish I had the chance to know better, and some of you I know a little too well from spending hours in math and science together. We all do have one thing in common, though, and that is Chadron State. We are all here for a reason, and even though our experiences here have been very different, this college has shaped us in one way or another. For those of you who don't know me, I was born and raised in Chadron. And while I had an amazing overall experience growing up in this area, I think that there is a definite stigma when it comes to Chadron High students staying in Chadron to attend college. For that reason, I often imagined myself spreading my wings and going far, far away after graduating high school. Lucky for me, I didn't. I was given the honor of participating in the Rural Health Opportunities program that Chadron State offers. This humbling opportunity enabled me to follow my dreams in working to become a doctor and someday return to rural Nebraska to serve in areas of need of healthcare providers. I learned very quickly that Chadron State was special. I mean, I don't know anywhere else that you can walk into a building that you've never even been in and still feel so welcomed by everyone there. The people that make this campus community are incredible. They care about you as a person. Over the last 4 years, if I ever had a problem or needed help, someone was always there, even if they didn't know me. Chadron State just has a way of bringing out the sincerity in people. The atmosphere is so inviting, and I have never felt like just another face in the crowd. Instead, I feel like I have become a part of one big family, and for that reason alone, I am so happy that I made the choice to stay. They say that your college years are the best years of your lives. That may be true for some of us to a certain extent, but I don't think it's quite that glamorous. I was reading a blog a few days ago on Facebook, written by a student about her experiences in college. She made one comment that stuck out in my mind. She wrote, "Some days you're having the time of your life, making memories with friends, taking cute pictures, and other days you wake up and realize you've gained the freshman 15 and are failing 6 classes when you're only enrolled in 5. I felt that. There is no doubt in my mind that I've had some of the best experiences in my life thus far during my time at Chadron State, but to be honest, I've also experienced some of the darkest. I've met lifelong friends and lost people so close to my heart that I didn't think I'd be able to go on. There were times I found myself up at hours of the night that I never thought I'd see, spent days isolated without any social contact other than my cats, and have had more breakdowns than I can count on my hands and toes. However, I think that the hardest lesson that I've had to learn in college thus far is that sometimes you're going to give it your all and still fail. I remember one night in particular, I was doing some last-minute studying for a test I had the next day and realized I was heavily unprepared. So what did I do? I drove to the gas station, bought 2 5-hour energies, and took them both at the same time. Because that would give me the 10 hours I needed to make it through the night, right? Apparently it doesn't work that way. After about 10 minutes, my hands started shaking uncontrollably, my mind was moving a million miles an hour, and I could not focus on anything. I had a full-blown anxiety attack, which resulted in me throwing up my 2 5-hour energies and falling asleep for the rest of the night. It's safe to say I did not do well on my test the next morning. My point is, we have all experienced failure, and we will all experience it again. However, no matter what your definition of failure is, it is never something to run from. Sometimes you have to fail to reach your goals. But overcoming the obstacles that set you back is one of the best feelings imaginable. And we have all done that today. Every single one of you should be proud of where you are right now. I don't care what anybody says, this is an accomplishment. Only about 40% of working-aged Americans holds a college degree, and 30% of college freshmen drop out after their first year. While college is by no means the only way to achieve your goals, we have accomplished something that some never do. Through our failures and our struggles, we have persevered, and that is something worth celebrating. I can't speak for everyone, but I know for a fact that I couldn't have done this alone. I owe my deepest and most sincere gratitude to my fellow classmates, professors, closest friends, and loved ones, including a few very special guardian angels. Without them, I am confident that there is no way I would be standing here right now. I also want to take a moment to thank, from the bottom of my heart, every single person that makes up the Chadron State faculty and staff. Every one of you has a role in making this college so great. I know how hard you all work to ensure the success of the student body. It is greatly appreciated and does not go unnoticed. I wouldn't trade my last 4 years at Chadron State for the world, and I can truthfully say that if I could do it all over again, I would in a second. Thank you so much again for having me, everybody, and congratulations to class of 2018. We did it.
Thank you, Ashton. We are gathered here today to honor the graduates of the class of 2018. However, it is also important that we honor those people here today who have supported and encouraged you through the years. I would like to take a few minutes to recognize those people who made it possible for you to be here today. I would like to start by asking everyone in the audience who graduated from Chadron State to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. In many cases, the graduates who will walk across the stage today are the latest generation from families of multiple generations of CSC graduates. For some of you, you have the distinction and honor of being the first generation in your family to graduate from college. Now, would the parents of the graduates please stand? Parents? Would the grandparents of the graduates please stand? Grandparents? The spouses of the graduates, would you please stand? Spouses? Well, children of the graduates, children of the graduates, would you please stand? Brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, and nephews, sweethearts, please stand. One more round of applause, please, for all those people who made it possible for our graduates to be here today. The other very special people who've made it possible for the graduates to be here today are the faculty and staff of Chadron State College. Would the faculty please stand to be recognized and remain standing? Would the staff of Chadron State College that are here please stand? The people standing before you have dedicated their talents and time to make it possible that we celebrate this today. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce to you the distinguished individuals joining me as members of the platform party. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Mr. Gary Bagansky, Chair of the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State Colleges. Dr. Charles Snare, the Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Lois Veith Podobnik, retired CSC Vice President for Academic Affairs and today's commencement speaker. Captain Nathan Reichs, who will commission our cadets, and Ms. Melissa Mitchell, our registrar. Now please join me in recognizing these distinguished individuals. It is now my pleasure to invite Mr. Gary Bagansky to the podium to bring official greetings from the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State Colleges.
Thank you, President Ryan, faculty, staff, alumni, graduates, family members, and friends. It is indeed my privilege to welcome you to the 2018 Chadron State College commencement ceremonies. Many may see today as a significant end to a journey, one marked by lectures, exams, late-night study sessions with friends, sporting events, campus activities. We recognize all of the hard work and dedication necessary for you to get to this point, and the professionals, professors, mentors, family, and friends who helped you along the way. During your time here, you have done more than simply check a box to start a particular career. You have grown as scholars, you have grown as leaders, and you have developed a curiosity that will serve you all the rest of your life. But the journey is just beginning, and it's time to build on what you have achieved at Chadron State College. You have the power to shape your community and to inspire others to do the same. The ripple effects of your efforts will result in positive and lasting changes beyond what you can ever imagine. Today, you take your first steps on a new journey for the rest of your life. Remember, follow your passion, do what you love, and you will be rewarded in ways way beyond your expectations. Grow, create, inspire others to find their passion also. Stay true to what you are. You have a unique voice that needs to be heard. Stay focused on what you want to accomplish in life and strive to do better than the goals that you have already set for yourself. You are your best competition. Remember, remain curious and continue to learn. Every question you don't ask is a missed opportunity. Be brave, ask difficult questions. The answers you find will propel you along your path and lead you to new and interesting directions. Don't underestimate the value of hard work. It is what got you to where you are today. Continue to move forward. Finally, and most important, never, ever give up. You will experience failure, but failure is a powerful force, and through it we all learn. So be fearless and never let your inner strengths propel you to this point. Congratulations to the class of 2018. You are part of a greater Chadron State College family, and we hope to bring good things to you. Congratulations to your parents who are here to witness this monumental event and the lives for their sons and daughters. Congratulations to friends and relatives for being here to make this event memorable. let us give ourselves the best wishes for these young men and young women. By being a member of the Board of Trustees for the Nebraska State College system, President Ryan, I invest you with the power and authority to grant degrees to these great graduates of Chadron State College. Thank you very much.
Today's commencement speaker spent many years watching these proceedings at Chadron State College, both as a dean and as a vice president of academic affairs. Lois Veith Podobnik served CSC for nearly 35 years. She was a champion for science education on campus across Nebraska and in the region, writing or co-writing millions of dollars in grants in her time for teacher training and equipment. Lois was a recipient of the Nebraska State College System Teaching Excellence Award and the University of Wyoming College of Education Distinguished Alum Award. As the Vice President of Academic Affairs, Lois was instrumental in the design and implementation of the Essential Studies program to replace the General Studies program, and she helped establish an information commons in the King Library. She also developed faculty learning communities to plan and establish the Teaching and Learning Center to assist faculty with innovative teaching methods. Spending time with family has been one of the main benefits of retirement for Lois. Her 3 children include Gisla, who is married to Tim Dolan. They live in Omaha with their daughter, Amelia. Lois's son, Logan, and his wife, Claire, live in Elkhorn, Iowa, with their sons, Warren and Calvin. Blake and his wife, Angela, live in Leesburg, Virginia, with their children, Cora and David Veith, and Ethan Henderson. Due to illness, Lois's husband, Don, is unable to attend, but wanted to be here very much today. He is a retired metallurgical engineer who spent more than 35 years overseas with mining operations for copper, molybdenum, and gold. He has 3 adult children. I am proud to invite Dr. Lois Veith, as I know her, to the podium. Thank you, Lois. Lois.
Holy cow, this is a hard act to follow. Thank you, Dr. Ryan, and thank you, graduates, for the privilege of being part of this very special day for you and your families. Don't your hearts just swell with pride when you look down at this wonderful group of young people? This is how we make America great again. Our future is in your hands. When I was your age, if someone had told me all the things that were going to happen in my life, I never would have believed it. What I thought was the grand plan for my life turned out to be an ever-changing roadmap rather than a smooth, straight highway into the future. It turned out to be a broken road of sorts, with starts and stops, some dead ends, as well as some spontaneous twists and turns. Not broken in the sense of no good, but just a little crooked on occasion. So instead of regaling you with some profound inspirational quotes, I thought I would share some stories from my broken road that may give you some comfort and perspective on yours. Here I am at 70 years old, and I still can't believe it, looking back on my life like some cosmic novel. I'm amazed, proud, a little embarrassed, occasionally bewildered, but most of all, joyful and grateful for all the things that have happened and especially for my wonderful children and their families, and my two husbands, David and now Don, who unfortunately was too ill to travel here today. Frankly, the peak moments I thought were peak at the time turned out to be just another day, as my assessment of values and life's treasures formed by years of living have redefined the meaning of peak for me. It's God's way of going, booga booga. I understand there's a video game now that has this, but back in the day, that was a term I used to exclaim with great glee whenever I wanted to surprise one of my babies. It's a term that we started to use a lot in our family whenever we were surprised, either in a good way or a bad way, about how something turned out. A big booga booga in my life is that a lot of the decisions that I made on the spur of the moment, without much thought, turned out to be pivotal, the real game changers. And I realized that at the time, I would have spent more time figuring things out. What I thought were the big decisions that I overprocessed and overanalyzed, in most cases turned out to be pretty minor in terms of defining the broken road that led me here. Looking back on those decisions, I often say, when referring to the less than stellar ones, it seemed like a good idea at the time, and it probably involved a lot of beer. For example, after I graduated with my first degree in chemistry, my late husband David Veith and I were headed to San Diego for David to attend law school. He had been accepted at Cal Berkeley and at California Western in San Diego. The decision really came down to going to a much more prestigious institution in the Bay Area of San Francisco, think cold, windy, and Alcatraz, or to a small, relatively unknown law school in San Diego, spending all our spare time at the beach. Of course, the beach won. He was also accepted into medical school the year before, but an arrest on the beach during spring break, a clear case of police harassment, changed everything, and he became enamored with criminal defense. But that's another story, and if you buy me a beer, I'll tell it to you. So off we went with our newly minted degrees to San Diego in August. Why is this? Okay. All right. I have Bluetooth hearing aids in because I'm 70. Maybe they were interfering with that. There we go. Sorry. So we headed off to San Diego in August of 1969. In May, June, and July, I followed all the rules, wrote a stunning resume, puffed up my part-time college jobs, and sent personalized cover letters to every science employer I could find in the phone book in San Diego. Oh yeah. No Indeed.com, no Monster.com, no .com, okay? The result was nothing, nada, not even a bite. So the week before law school classes started, we loaded all our worldly belongings into an open flatbed trailer pulled by David's best friend in the world, Johnny Milligan the plumber. Of course, they were loading things into the trailer as I filled boxes with clothes, dishes, random knickknacks in order to make a path to the furniture. They finished things up by moving our big, heavy furniture and a bunch of college textbooks in last, as behind the axle of the trailer. Yeah. Moving tip. The heavy things should always go in the front of the trailer, in front of the axle, or at the very least, over the axle. We ended up limping 100 miles south, doing no more than 32 miles per hour, trying to keep the trailer from fishtailing down the road and swaying the back of Johnny's truck all over the road. At midnight, we finally made it to Ocean Beach and unloaded our belongings and our dreams. standing in front of a small 4-apartment building, nearly penniless, with no job, and David starting private, as in very expensive law school, on Monday. The next morning, the manager came by to welcome us, a sweet, cheery young lady who asked me if I had a job yet. I was worried that she wanted the rent. She asked for my resume because her boss, Dr. John O'Brien at the University of California, San Diego Medical School, was looking for someone with a degree in chemistry or physics for his research team. He wanted a blank slate person with good problem-solving skills who was meticulous so he could train them in the newly emerging field of tissue culture. 24 hours later, I had an interview and a job and a loan from the University Credit Union on my first month's pay because I needed food and gasoline. I often wonder what would have happened if we'd rented a different apartment, where the broken road might have led us. Booga booga. By the way, the job in the Department of Neurosciences turned out to be a groundbreaking one. This was back in the 60s when no one understood what was causing a bunch of syndromes of the central nervous system in children. No bacteria, no viruses, no contagions, no environmental factors, just horrible terminal diseases that seemed to run in families. Then our research team discovered a missing enzyme in the tissue of victims, little molecules that make chemicals in our make reactions in our brain go faster. When these are missing, they create a bottleneck where fatty deposits build up in our brain. This was the first time that enzymes had been connected to disease states in the human body. It also led to a brand new field of genetic counseling that had not existed before, as the enzyme levels were governed by genes inherited from the parents. Our pioneering work started with Tay-Sachs disease and later a whole host of others. We perfected the techniques of enzyme assays, and I also worked on developing the ability to grow amniotic fluid cells, to do amniocentesis for couples who had lost children to these devastating diseases. If you had told me then that you could buy a $99 kit from Ancestry.com 50 years later to analyze your genes, I would have been absolutely astounded. And I also probably would have asked, what's .com? Booga booga. Another thing that was pretty amazing and later on related to my degrees and my career happened to me in the 6th grade. Sputnik had just been launched the year before in 1957. Okay, for you science phobes, Sputnik was the first human-made satellite ever in the history of the world. Think cell phones, Bluetooth, news, weather, sports, and movie on demand, just to name a few. Oh, and if someone had also told me I would later have a son who received a master's degree in space systems operations, I would have been amazed. But then I was only 10. The federal government was terrified of the huge lead the Soviets had in the space race, so they proceeded to test all of us in the 6th grade for IQ, math ability, and mechanical aptitude. When the school counselor called me in to review my results, she said, "Your scores are all off the charts." The top of the chart, okay? You know, there's two ends of the chart, yeah. Usually students with these kinds of aptitudes go to engineering school, but only boys are allowed to do that. We actually talked like that in the 50s. It was a June Cleaver, Betty Crocker moment. So I left her office thinking, well, okay then, I'll be a teacher. I had always enjoyed playing school with the neighborhood kids, and I really loved the idea of teaching anyway. Of course, my gender did not stop them from tracking my classmates and me into advanced math and science courses, and I found that I loved them. Turns out the little girl who wasn't allowed to go to engineering school was accepted with honors at entrance to the UCLA College of Engineering, but opted for a small new campus of the University of California at Riverside, where she ended up in chemistry. Another random decision made to escape living at home with my parents in Los Angeles. Booga booga. I received my first degree thinking I was going into teaching until that fateful day in front of the apartment building in San Diego. But law school finished, and 10 years later, a different siren was calling us down the broken road. Teaching had always been in my heart, and not just because I was a girl. The next chapter in my book of life brought us to a place called Chadron. But once again, it wasn't a pre-planned choice, but a series of small individual decisions that collectively made all the difference. It was late in 1978 on a Friday afternoon at the medical school in San Diego, and I was quickly finishing up the feeding of my tissue cultures, hoping to beat the freeway gridlock for the long, slow, scorching commute home. But that didn't happen. As brakes screeched, horns honked, and fender benders built up over all the lanes, the electricity went out all over town. Now, you wouldn't think that would make much difference for a commute, but don't underestimate the inability of people to take turns at major intersections where 8 lanes of traffic all converge into a single dark traffic light. Exhausted and fed up, I pulled into our driveway and proceeded to tell David that our life was insane. I was driving for hours back and forth each day in order to afford a little piece of paradise in the burbs, hoping that if I was sitting under a huge concrete overpass in snarled traffic, that the big one didn't decide to strike right then. Once again, with the help of a lot of beer, we decided it was time to leave the Southern California dream of sun and sand and head back to our roots, someplace west of the Mississippi to keep humidity down and north to cooler climes. We looked at all kinds of maps, and on one US map, found a place right smack dab in the middle, Broken Bow, Nebraska. What a great name. Especially for a couple of young history buffs and a young man who had spent his youth infatuated with making rawhide pouches and dreaming of the adventures of Crazy Horse. Random calls to area judges and a local attorney who had just returned home to Broken Bow from a hunting trip in the Pine Ridge pointed to a little town named Chadron, and an attorney, Duke Fisher, who was looking for a young associate. If we had chosen a different map, a different person to call, who knows where we might have landed. But after finding this paradise on the plains, we once again packed up all our worldly belongings and drove over icy roads in a black Cadillac convertible and a GT fastback Mustang in what turned out to be one of the worst winters in Nebraska history. Booga booga. Record snowfalls made traveling down 385 like going through a snow tunnel with plowed berms higher than the truck. Yep, we got smart. We bought a truck, a nifty blue and white 70s Chevy four-wheeler, affectionately called the Ranch Wreck, that still resides on my son and daughter-in-law's farm in Iowa. Because we had no relatives near Chadron, we came from California, and David was a criminal defense attorney. Everyone thought we were in the witness protection program and that David was an attorney for the mafia turned state's evidence. People believed that until the day he died. They actually wanted the true story at his funeral. You just gotta love small towns. I guess no one could believe that we left San Diego for Chadron because we loved it here. Booga booga. Another baby later, our little Husker, a medical illness by one of the science professors, and a call for an adjunct in chemistry, and then a physics opening at Chadron State changed everything. 18 months of commuting to graduate school at the University of Wyoming, and the little girl with dreams of Sputnik and space travel had her newly minted PhD and a tenure-track job at Chadron State. The choice of graduate school at the University of Wyoming wasn't because it was what I always wanted, but the broken road said it was close enough for commuting in the era before the internet and online courses. And so, booga booga, new wonderful mentors like Dr. Joe Steppens lit a fire inside of me, and my passion for teaching using hands-on discovery techniques grew. None of my faculty colleagues were safe from my excited debates made over coffee in our conference room, talking about active, student-centered learning instead of lectures. I had swapped the nurturing of tissue cultures into the privilege of nurturing young lives. In sharing pioneering teaching techniques at the National Science Teachers Conventions, and making the science of the universe accessible to students through the magic of planetarium shows. It was the best booga booga ever in my entire life. I finally found what I had always been meant to do: teach. Such a wonderful privilege to interact with and help young people like you, who are the greatest resource of our country and our future. It just doesn't get any better. What seemed like random choices made for a variety of reasons gradually charted my broken road, and my life unfolded, not through some intricate planning on my part, but just the cosmic twists and turns that God laid before me. I don't know what life has in store for you, nor how much or how little you will get. But I do know two things about you. You've made some great choices already. For whatever reasons, you've come to Chadron State College and you've completed your degree. You also have a great head on your shoulders, as you have been mentored by some of the world's best professors sitting right here. Men and women who will never forget you, will look forward to hearing from you on your travels, and will always be there to give timely advice or commiserate over a beer. Give them another hand. Yes, your cosmic road has led you to this moment. You may get lost a time or two, but all those unrelated choices will be like northern stars pointing you down your broken road. And in the end, that will make all the difference. You may be feeling a little shaky right now about the road ahead, or maybe not even having a real plan, but it's all going to be okay. Your success is just one misstep on that broken road. And life unfolds as it should, whether we get it or not. So trust yourself, and most of all, enjoy this great road trip. And as the refrain from Rascal Flatts and Robson and Steele says, I hope your days come easy and your moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you want to go. And if you're faced with a choice and have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. I hope you never look back, but you never forget all the ones who love you in the place you left. I hope you always forgive and you never regret, and you help somebody every chance you get. I hope you find God's grace in every mistake, and you always give back more than you take. My wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want, that your dreams stay big and your worries stay small, that you never need to carry more than you can haul. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants those same things for you too. Now may God, Wakantanka, Jehovah, Allah, Yahweh, the great attractor, or Lady Luck, bless you all on life's road. It's been a real privilege all these years. Thank you very much, and go Eagles!
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, the students, and the administration, thank you, Dr. Lois Vodobnik, for sharing your life experiences and your words of wisdom. I would like to introduce Captain Nathan Reichs. Captain Reichs, will you please come forward for the military commissioning of our cadets?
Thank you. Dr. Veith, I'm a little curious on how many people need to go home and unload their U-Hauls and pack them the right way. But heavy in the front, yes. President Ryan, distinguished guests, faculty, family, and graduates, I am honored to present the Chadron State commissioning ceremony for the spring of 2018. As I look at the graduates today, I see several familiar faces that have worked diligently for their degrees. I wish you the best of luck and wish our paths will cross again one day. I am proud of the accomplishments and leadership this year's commissioning class has provided. It has been an honor to watch them develop over the past 5 years. Today's ceremony includes a commissioning oath, penning their first salute. For the sake of time, please hold your applause till the end of the salute. Cadets, post. Assisting with today's oath of office is First Lieutenant Tyson Gould, a transportation officer with the Nebraska National Guard. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name. Having been appointed an officer in the United States Army, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithful discharge the duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Pinning on Lieutenant Bowers' bars is his wife Kinsey and his sisters Stacy and Megan. After commissioning, Lieutenant Bowers will serve in the Nebraska National Guard as a medical service officer. Pinning on Lieutenant Curtis's bars are his fiancée Kiana Claiborne and his mother Carissa Curtis. After commissioning, Lieutenant Curtis will serve on active duty as a field artillery officer. The tradition of the silver dollar salute dates back to the earliest days of the United States Army. This honor tradition calls for a newly commissioned second lieutenant to give a silver dollar to the first enlisted soldier who salutes them. This coin represents the symbolic receipt of respect due to the newly earned rank. It also signifies a deep sense of gratitude for the knowledge, mentorship, and lessons that enlisted soldiers, especially NCOs, have passed on to them during their training. This acknowledgement from one professional soldier to another welcomes them into the service. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the newest second lieutenants in the United States Army.
Thank you, Captain Reichs, and congratulations to our new lieutenants and their families. Recognition of the Chadron State College 2018 Teaching Excellence Award recipient provides the opportunity for the CSC community of learners to recognize and celebrate the essence of the college. Teaching excellence has always been at the heart of what is nurtured and valued within CSC. The CSC 218 Teaching Excellence Award awardee has demonstrated the habit of excellence in teaching, student advising, mentoring, and service through servant leadership. It is a pleasure and honor to recognize the CSC 2018 Teaching Excellence Award recipient, Dr. Kim Madsen. Dr. Madsen, please stand. Dr. Madsen is a dedicated, collaborative, and effective professional teacher. During today's commencement, we should recognize those students who are graduating with academic honors. In recognition of their outstanding academic achievement, they are wearing medallions. Please note that these students graduating cum laude have attained a cumulative grade point average of 3.6 to 3.74. Those graduating magna cum laude have a grade point average of 3.75 to 3.89. And those graduating summa cum laude have a grade point average of 3.9 to 4.0. Would all honors graduates please rise and be recognized? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Applied Science degree please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree please rise and remain standing? And will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Education degree please rise and remain standing? Dr. Ryan, upon the recommendation of the faculty, the chairs of the department, and the deans of the school, I recommend to you these candidates for conferring upon them their baccalaureate degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as president of Chadron State College by the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State Colleges, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you the degrees of Bachelor of Applied Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science in Education, with all the rights, privileges, benefits, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Graduates, you may now move your tassels to the left. Degrees will be presented in the order in which the student's name appears in the program. Please come forward to accept your diploma. And family members, please feel free to come forward for photographs.
Are we ready?
Hannah Yvonne Anderson. Brittany Danielle Anderson, summa cum laude. Brandy Baker. Husina Jaba Bumba. Jennifer Bamberger. Kendra Page Balcom, summa cum laude. Cody Lee Bowman. Leitner Marie Blanco, cum laude. Shelton Rosalie Blanco, cum laude. Cole Scott Blumenthal. Anna Elizabeth Bowl. Donald Robert Bowers II. Karen Boyce, cum laude. Madeline Shea Brashers, cum laude. Justin Taylor Brester, cum laude. Jamie Lee Brinneman. Bailey Marie Broderick, magna cum laude. Emily Renee Bruce. Kelsey Ray Brummels, magna cum laude. Reed Kenneth Bergener. Kiana Claiborne. Kaylee Joanne Clayton. Joseph Roger Klein. Nathaniel Cochran. Cheyenne Autumn Cook. Whitney Elizabeth Coop, summa cum laude. Justin Gary Curtis. Brandy Jo Swak, cum laude. Jody Michael Davis. Johnny Dinstall. Nicole Dombraska. Sarah Rose Downey. Aaron Dewan, magna cum laude. Georgia Ann Edolph. Alicia Elaine Ehrlich. Omar L. DeBlease. Casey Aaron England. Daniel Francisco Espinoza Caravu. Aspen Anissa Eubanks. Michaela Miller Fatzinger, summa cum laude. Blake Allen Fricky. Michaela Lynn Gallagher. Stephanie Elizabeth Gardner. Fanuel M. Gebramira. Sarah Marine Ginkins, cum laude. Kimberly Goodwin. Aaron Graham. Brian Michael Guerrero. Sophie Guanzura. Ashley Paige Hansen. Annie Hart. Leo Hazelhorst, magna cum laude. Morgan Helton. Autumn Dawn Hild, summa cum laude. Shelby Morgan Hills, cum laude. Clayton Francis Hinman. Kiana Lynn Hobbs-Dye. James Andrew Hubbeling, cum laude. Isabel Lynn Irish, summa cum laude. Tristan Jackson. Thomas Harding Janice. Shay Wyoma Johnson. Ryan Juneman, cum laude. Brooklyn Rose Kegler, magna cum laude. Charles William Knapper, magna cum laude. Adam Knight. Eric Matthew Crofta. Haley Ann Kroll. Ina Kucherenko, cum laude. Holly LeBrake. Sarah Rose Latka. Ethan James Lashok. Tafu Lin. Christopher Avery Mayu, summa cum laude. Corey Dale Martins, magna cum laude. Jeffrey Scott Matthews, summa cum laude. Johnny Lynn May. Damian McLevy. Savannah Mangini. Cassidy May Miller, cum laude. Elspeth Lysandra Moon, cum laude. Kayla Marie Morgan. John McClellan Murphy, magna cum laude. Havana Lehua Newens, magna cum laude. DeMonte Gary Noble. Ross Allen Norton. Preston Lane Novak, magna cum laude. Riley May Ott. Delaney Shane Peacock. Gabriela Isabel Perez. Craig Phillips. Sarah Brooke Pierce. Erica J. Raggets. Lindsay Kaylin Ranger, summa cum laude. Holly Rill, cum laude. Morgan Grace Rhine, cum laude. Megan Ann Rehigh. Leticia Rodriguez. Todd Rowenfeld, magna cum laude. Lee Saffin. Corey Saltrick, cum laude. Keith Sanders. Jesse Savala. Tanya Ray Schindler. Jasmine Schwartz, cum laude. Jordan Gabrielle Schwenk, magna cum laude. Dominika Senkarikova, magna cum laude. Christina Skreda. Tierra Miranda Snyder. Chelsea Marie Starr. Aaron Blake Stegman. Isaiah K. Sterna. Desa Brianne Stewart, summa cum laude. Talene Lynette Sullivan. Michelle Talbot. Robert Taylor, magna cum laude. Stephanie Dean Telestas. Kayla Lynn Valdez. Procopia Ruben Valdez, Jr. Kelsey Ladale Vincent. Sadie Waugh. Michaela Waverka. Courtney K. Zeiler. Jessie Nicole Alfred. Jarek Dwayne Bowers, magna cum laude. Brianna Nicole Businger. Austin Lee Pfeiffer. Ryland Michael Fultz, magna cum laude. John Silas Gibbons. Grant Logan Gittison. Ethan Thomas Haddock. Blake Taylor Hanson, cum laude. Wyatt Glenn Helton, magna cum laude. Jessica Ashley Hurd, magna cum laude. Melissa Jean Yeck, summa cum laude. Lindsay Carlin. Jenna Lynn Lincoln. Cordale Don Martin. Kinsley Lane Mason. William Bradley McClintock. Ashton Nicole Nelson, magna cum laude. Canterbury Nichols, summa cum laude. Alexis Ann Phillips, cum laude. Caleb Punchakar. Madison Christine Reese. Jonathan Saloon, cum laude. Cody Lane Trump. Melissa Sue Vanderslice, magna cum laude. Quentin Allen Wagner. Trey Connor Allison. Marissa Noel Applin. Brandon James Avila. Lindsay Nicole Ayers. Nikki Suzette Bonzoff, summa cum laude. Rebecca L. Barger. Melanie Rosetta Blackcalf. Hillary Priscilla Balish, magna cum laude. Alex Andrea Brigham, cum laude. Nikki Lee Brunel. Mindy Kress, magna cum laude. Leanne Renee DeKay, summa cum laude. Taylor David Dick, magna cum laude. Rachel Marie Dowling, summa cum laude. Carly Josephine Enns, cum laude. Valerie Mae Fankhauser. Caitlin Marie Federson. Megan Keeley Fish. Reagan Nicole Gary, summa cum laude. Amy Chantel Glant, summa cum laude. Heather Nicole Glasson. Margaret Ann Gregory, summa cum laude. Hannah Elizabeth Haney. Ashley Harmon, summa cum laude. Sheehan Hessler. Sydney Marcela Heemstra. Monique Jensen. Jessica K. Jerzold. Mary Ann Florence Johnson, cum laude. Amanda Kaufman, magna cum laude. Marquis Kime, summa cum laude. Brianna Rose Carell. Carson Ann Langley, magna cum laude. Cassidy Deanne Malm, summa cum laude. Renee Marie Malm. Kia Lane Marquez, summa cum laude. Lauren Jean Moeller. Ryan Lawrence Mosier, cum laude. Courtney Nicole Munger, summa cum laude. Catherine Ann O'Boyle, cum laude. Morgan Amanda Peacock, cum laude. Kelsey Kayleen Preels. Carissa Rayburn. Katie Mae Scott, cum laude. Tanner Jordan Serrato. Benjamin Wayne Shelburne. Tori Jean Schneider, summa cum laude. Emily Still. Brianna Thompson. Cheyenne Lynn Thompson, cum laude. Whitney Nicole Walson. Molly Christine Weglin. Blake Jacobs, cum laude. Nathan Wojciechowski. Kevin John.
Before we conclude today's commencement exercises, I would like to do a couple of things. One, I would like to ask everyone present to join me in one last round of applause for our graduates. Almost done. There are also a few folks that I would like to recognize and thanks because they've contributed so much to today's event. Dr. Yvonne Moody, our faculty marshal and professor of family and consumer sciences. Our two student marshals, Ms. Michaela Weiss who is a member of Chadron State College chapter of Cardinal Key National Honorary Sorority, and Mr. Dean Michael, who is a member of the CSC chapter of Blue Key Honorary Fraternity, Ms. Ashton Nelson for providing the opening moment of reflection. Ms. Nelson graduated today with a Bachelor of Science degree and is from Chadron. The student providing the closing moment of reflection is Ms. Stephanie Gardner from Chadron, Nebraska. Ms. Gardner graduated today with a Bachelor of Arts degree. The ROTC Color Guard, Cadets Aaron Jones, Conry Kluber, Greg McCallum, and Callie Talbot. Dr. Michael Knight and the CSC Wind Symphony, who provided the music today. Mr. Dale Grant, the Vice President for Administration and the maintenance staff. Mr. Alex Helmbrecht, Director of College Relations. Ms. Tina Cook, our Marketing Coordinator. Ms. Melissa Mitchell, the Registrar, and Ms. Shelley Johns, Coordinator of Conferencing. One last item before we adjourn. I want to invite everyone in attendance to join us for a reception up on the mezzanine level immediately upon adjournment. And now I invite Ms. Stephanie Gardner, who will give the closing moment of reflection to the podium. Stephanie?
This room is full of people. This room is full of stories. We write our story every single day. Every time we make a choice, we inscribe a new word, a new page, a new chapter with our identities. Taking the initiative to apply to Chadron State College, to accept a place here, to do the hard work necessary to earn our degrees, that is now a part of our story. Every time we as students make the choice to do the work, to buckle down and invest ourselves and commit to chasing after our dreams, we were chasing our story. We were wielding our pens with care. So many small changes had to happen for each of us to be graduating here together today. I do not know all of you by name, but perhaps like me, you changed your major once or twice. Perhaps life slowed you down or pushed you forward. No matter how you came to be here, we are in this moment together. We are a part of each other's stories, even if only in the periphery. Now, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the people that have helped shape our lives, our families in whatever form they take, the families we were born into, and the families we have chosen, the families that have chosen us, the people we love, the friends we have made, who have supported us, seen us through the hardest times. And I would also like to thank the professors here at Chadron State College who have donated their time and energy and care to our success. They have all become a part of our stories, and we have become a part of theirs. I know that for me personally, I would not be standing here today if not for every single member of the amazing faculty in the English department, and I know we all have stories like that. Dr. Kimberly Cox and Dr. Stephen Coughlin were some of the first people who believed in me, who told me that I could accomplish everything that I was setting out to do. And that changed my life. That changed my story. Standing here together, this is a moment in which we celebrate our achievements, our success. But I would just like to take a moment to acknowledge that as we construct our lives, moments of spectacular struggle and even failure are just as important as the most extraordinary moments of success, if not more so. For it is in failing that we sculpt our identities. It is in moments of pain and utter resilience that we forge spines made of steel. We discover our ability to rise, to confront challenge, to press forward when it is anything but easy. to say yes when the rest of the world is saying no, to take a risk even when everyone is advising you to play it safe, to believe in yourself even if you feel like you are the only one who does. It is in moments of hardship that we learn who we are and just how far we can go. This life is never long enough. Make every breath count. After we leave here today, I challenge you all. Fail brilliantly. Run toward the opportunities that excite and scare you. Use your intelligence as you do so, but don't let common sense get in the way of all you hope to be and achieve. Today, we stand at the precipice of the rest of our lives. We stand here with the power to write an extraordinary story. Today, this is my wish for us. May we write with broad strokes. May we fill pages with our adventures, with the people we love, with joy. May we live boldly, bravely. May we pull apart the darkness of this world with the light of our dreams. And may we never let fear stand in our way. Thank you. We did it.
Thank you, Stephanie. Will the audience please rise and remain standing during the recessional while the graduates and the faculty exit? We are now adjourned.